What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Pantherologist, Panther Nation. I am back. I know I took like a little week off, but I did go like 5 straight days of posting videos the week before. So if you haven't go check those out, go ahead and go check them out, guys. Some pretty good videos for you. Just talk about Sam Darnold trade, some draft stuff, and some free agency stuff. Before we get into today's topic, as always, I ask that you pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, especially pound the subscribe button, guys. We're on a road to 1,000. So, doing a giveaway. If you go check out the latest videos, I've been talking about it. I've already done this, the giveaway for the 750th subscriber. Now we're on a road to 1,000. If you get me to 1,000, I'm going to do a, giveaway, which is whoever guesses the number between 1 and 1,000 that I have picked, which I've already picked and I still have it in my head here, you will receive, whoever gets the closest or gets right on it, you will receive a Panthers jersey of your choice or Sam Darnold jersey, which I figured the Sam Darnold jersey would be more popular since we just, traded for him and all that. Or maybe even a draft pick. Maybe I can work that out to get you that jersey as well. Also, click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on new raw content. I got a mock draft coming out to you here soon, and let's dive into this bad boy. So we're talking about today the top 4 prospects, not in no particular order, not saying who's 1 or 2, 3 or 4 the best prospect, not just talking about these guys that could benefit Sam Darnold. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this bad boy of a video. All right. So, obviously, which 2021 NFL draft prospect who are projected to be first-round picks would help Sam Darnold the most, as he looks, obviously, to make an impact for the Carolina Panthers? The addition of quarterback Sam Darnold from the New York Jets opens things up considerably for the Carolina Panthers during the 2021 NFL draft. So, whether they were high on any prospect outside of Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson is up for debate, but they have given themselves more directions to go down by trading for the former USC standout at number 8 overall later this month. So there is an abundance of prospects who could be targeted, especially when one considers the expected run of quarterbacks set to go off the board in the top 5. So the Panthers didn't give up 3 draft selections over the next 2 years for Sam Darnold to fail. So the best avenue to them is to put the necessary pieces in place to give him every chance of succeeding. Now, the Carolina Panthers must give Sam Darnold every chance. There is not much to indicate this is possible. Now, Darnold struggled mightily under head coach Adam Gase during the 3 years at MetLife Stadium, but not his fault, in my opinion. So Carolina is betting a more structured environment with a more prolific weapons around the signal caller to help him reach his potential. What comes next will be down to Darnold to a certain extent, but if the Panthers set him up to fail in a similar fashion to the Jets, then they will only have themselves to blame. With this in mind, let's take a look at the 4 draft prospects who might be able to help Darnold the most in 2021. So like I said, guys, this is not in no particular order. We're just talking about the prospects, all right? So the first guy I want to talk about here is Rashaan Slater. Now, obviously, he is one of the big talking points during the evaluation process, and it is whether or not the Carolina Panthers are going to allocate their top pick on a franchise left tackle. The team has been missing since Jordan Gross retired in 2013. So this would no doubt be a massive boost to Sam Darnold's chances. With the quarterback sacked an incredible 98 times in 38 games for the Jets and pressured on an astonishing 362 occasions. So someone like Rashaan Slater could fit the bill if the Panthers opt to go in this direction. The Northwestern standout put some exceptional film together in 2019, which including holding his own against NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year Chase Young. So deciding to not participate in the 2020 campaign due to COVID-19, I mean, health concerns hasn't impacted his stock whatsoever. Slater has everything Carolina looks for, I think, in a new recruit under Matt Rule. Now, he is accomplished, versatile, and plays the game with a superb commitment that is sure to go down well with his new teammates wherever he ends up. So the tackles stock seems to be rising more than most, which is down to an exceptional pro day with his athleticism and undeniable strength, were on full display. I mean, Slater comes into NFL as a day one starter on the blind side with a Pro Bowl ceiling, and he could be the answer to Darnold and the Panthers' prayers if he is still on the board at number 8. So the next prospect I want to talk about here is Kyle Pitts, the tight end freak out of Florida. He is a freak of nature. This guy is out of this world. It would be a big surprise to me if Pitts fell at all way down to the number 8, but the Carolina Panthers would have a big decision to make in this event if this event happened. The Florida tight end is the number 1 on many people's big boards, and with good reason. So the opportunity to bring him on board would definitely fit General Manager Scott Fitter's desire to go with the best player available rather than need. So Pitts has the scope to be a generational talent at the position. He is an absolute nightmare to match up with either on the outside or in the slot. So with the prospect's wide wingspan making him a target that is going to be a quarterback's best friend at the next level. Now, the Panthers were sorely lacking in tight end production after deciding to let Greg Olsen leave in free agency for the Seattle Seahawks. And Ian Thomas just hasn't done enough to command more involvement. And although Dan Arnold could be a shrewd signing in a familiar scheme, Pitts is a once-in-a-lifetime prospect that could become an all-time great. Carolina does need a prolific left tackle to protect Arnold. However, this is expected to be an extremely deep draft class for offensive linemen. And if Pitts does make it down to the Panthers at number 8, it would be the biggest shock in the world to see them pull the trigger. Now, the next prospect I want to talk about here is Devonta Smith, wide receiver, Alabama. And I'm kind of in between. Do you take Devonta Smith or do you take Waddle? Because Waddle's actually very, very good, tough, fast. But I chose Devonta Smith here. Although Carolina Panthers have some dynamic weapons at wide receiver heading into the 2021 campaign, someone like Devonta Smith could make them almost unstoppable if Sam Darnold hits the ground running. And the Alabama wide receiver heads to the NFL on the back of an extraordinary campaign with the Crimson Tide that resulted in another national championship for Nick Saban and a prestigious individual award for the prospect. So Smith was at his brilliant best throughout the 2020 season, hauling in 117 receptions for 1,856 receiving yards, 23 touchdowns, and 15.9 yards per reception average, and a Heisman Trophy. So these sorts of credentials would see Smith as the number 1 wideout during most drafts. But the presence of LSU's Jamar Chase and the Bama teammate Jalen Waddle might mean he is available for the Panthers at number 8 overall. He might be a little from the physical standpoint for the next level, but however, Smith has that sort of elite route running and yards after the catch potential that shouldn't be overlooked for too long. Also, the fact of the matter is that Carolina lost Curtis Samuel to the Washington football team in free agency. And although they did bring in David Moore as a replacement, there is no such thing as too many weapons. And if Smith is there when they're on the clock, a discussion needs to be had. last but not least at all, and probably to me, our top prospect, if he falls there, is Penny Sewell, the offensive tackle out of Oregon. I think this guy's the best offensive tackle, obviously. I think Kyle Pitts probably in this is number 2 prospect. Then I probably go Rashaan Slater, then Devonta Smith. So much like the situation with Kyle Pitts, it would be a huge surprise if Penny Sewell was still on the board at number 8 overall. I mean, Oregon's imposing left tackle has the potential to be the best edge protector in the entire league in a decade if the Carolina Panthers were fortunate enough to acquire his services. They should not hesitate for a second, though, if he's there. Sewell has been working hard during this time away from the game after opting out in the 2020 season, which was reflected with an outstanding pro day that only heightened excitement about his impending arrival to the NFL. So the lineman has been training at left and right tackle to improve versatility with his incredible frame and relentless motor, also fitting in well at guard later on in his career. As the old saying goes, first you buy the house and then you sort out the insurance. The Panthers got their hands on Sam Darnold. So now they need to focus their attention on getting a productive blindside presence that can give the quarterback enough time to go through his progressions. The prospect would be a hard to pass up for the Cincinnati Bengals, Miami Dolphins, and Detroit Lions, who hold 3 selections before Carolina is on the clock. At least from the outside looking in, this is the dream scenario for the Panthers. And the best thing about Sewell is nobody actually knows how high his ceiling is at just 20 years old. So, guys, those are my 4 prospects, and not in no particular order, for this first round pick at number 8. And obviously, these guys could benefit Sam Darnold. We'll see what happens. I honestly think there's going to be a trade involved in the first round, and you'll find out about that in my latest mock draft coming out here either tomorrow, probably tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Pound that like button, pound that subscribe button. Remember that giveaway. I reach 1,000 subscribers. You guess the number between 1 and 1,000. You win a jersey of Carolina Panthers jersey of your choice, a current player, or a draft pick, or Sam Darnold if you would like. And comment down below. Let me know what you think about these prospects. And click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any raw content, so you don't miss any out on that mock draft I got coming out. And Panther Nation, Pantherologists, you know what to do. Keep pounding.